and we recording. Uh, and so for time purposes, I'm. It's gonna sound like I'm rushing through this, but I got a lot to cover.
Do it.
Okay. So I wanted to ask a question. I got to thinking about this earlier, man, because last night, like I lifted yesterday, and last night I was up at 1, I was up at 2:30, I was back up at 3, and then I was up before my alarm went off because my shoulders hurt. Like my shoulders and my arms hurt. Like I kind of went in yesterday, right?
Okay.
Felt good. My shoulders hurt, and then it kind of prompted the question. Like at work, I didn't really feel drained, but I kind of felt like mundane, like I was just going through the motions. And then I started to evaluate my sleep habits, and how much sleep I was getting. So what I'm going to lead with on this is how much sleep do you feel that you get on an average night?
Solid.
Solid.
I'm better now. I'm at about 5 to 6 hours.
Okay. I sleep on average. I sleep about 4 hours before I'm up for whatever reason. Use the restroom. My shoulders hurt. I'm just awake because Spider-Man's still on because that shit plays on a loop. Whatever it might be, I sleep on average. 3 to 4 hours after we go to bed. Like after 3 hours or maybe after 4 hours, I'm up and I'm up.
Yep.
Right, and then I gotta lay there and try to go back to sleep. And it's tedious. It's hard. And it sucks if we're being honest. So I wanted to bring just maybe a little bit of awareness to the repercussions of not getting enough sleep.
No.
So, statistic time. If you're ready, most adults need between 7 and 8 hours of sleep a night.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, the older that you get, you do not necessarily need less sleep. That's the old wives' tale. The older you get, less sleep you need. That's not true. You need 7 at minimum. 6, you get function, but it's not recommended. You need between 7 and 8. 20% of them. Oh dang! There we go. We're buying Girl Scout cookies. Thanks, sis. So 20% of Americans suffer from sleep loss.
I believe it.
Okay, 1,500 deaths a year are caused by people falling asleep at the wheel. So how tired are we as Americans? I mean, that number doesn't seem monumental, but it's still that we're in the thousands. We're at 1,500 on average, right? Here's the big thing, and I thought maybe this would be interesting to the both of us. Poor sleeping habits can contribute to weight gain, headaches, high blood pressure, and depression.
I believe all of it. I've been there.
Right. So isn't that interesting that something as simple as sleep, like I know that I might work 6 days a week, and on Sunday, if I'm sleeping in, please don't wake me. Let me go. Let me roll out until I'm ready to get up. But a lot of times it's go, 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 and then when you reach a point of rest, it is they over here talking about Girl Scout cookies on Facebook. Man, stop, Mr. Pusher Man. But when you finally reach a point of rest, it's hard to stay at that point of rest, right?
Well, what are the stressors, I guess, that are factoring you for staying awake? And I think that's what.
Well, I would say that it's just that. It could be anything from maybe sleeping on the wrong mattress that causes back pain. Maybe not using the right pillows, which causes neck pain. Maybe you took something from work, home, or other to bed with you, and it's weighing heavy on you, and that's causing you to not sleep.
Yeah.
It could be just about anything. Oh yeah, my sister did bring back beer from New York.
Wow.
So look for that coming up. We are going to review beer from New York. Shout out to my sis. Shout out again when we review the beer, because I promised. I told her I would.
Nice.
So look forward to that. But there's a lot of things that could actually contribute to lack of sleep, And I've tried, me personally, I've tried like over the counter, not necessarily like Tylenol PM and blah, 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 but I've tried like something specifically geared towards sleep.
Yeah.
To try to get myself to sleep for at minimum 6 hours without interruption.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the lifestyle that I lead, a lot of the time, 6 hours of sleep is pretty paramount. Now, if I can get 7 or 8, I'm cool.
Well, I'll say that I've been getting close to 8. On average, though, I'd say closer to the 6. But I think the beginning of I think somewhere in December all the way to now, like I've been working overnights. I got the darkened curtains, the
Sure.
blackout curtains. I make sure that I'm tired, so I've been trying to go to the gym and work out before I get home. When I'm able to work out, blackout curtains, hot shower, I'm out for 8 hours.
Right.
I think it's less stress from jobs. I think when I was stressed out in relationships, that was contributing because you're worried about, oh my God, I have another person worried about what are they thinking, what are they doing?
Certainly.
There's a lot going on there.
Or what are they thinking about you when you're sleeping during the day? Yeah.
So there's a lot of different mental factors that don't allow you to go to sleep. And I've been working on eliminating those.
Sure.
I think I'm getting closer to the 8 hours.
So, just another few facts that are provided from sleepfoundation.org. I thought these were interesting. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's basically like 25 random facts about sleep. But a few of them are actually really interesting. The first one really got me. Man is the only mammal that willingly delays sleep, meaning that we will stay up if we are not tired, or we will stay up if we are tired.
Wow.
We'll delay sleep. Another one, divorced, widowed, and separated people suffer from insomnia more than others.
Believe it.
Caffeine has been called the most popular drug all over the world.
Yep.
All over the world, people consume caffeine on a daily basis in coffee, cocoa, tea, chocolate, soft drinks, and some drugs. That will inhibit your sleep.
Yep.
More than 8 in 10 survey respondents think that often or sometimes think that people often or sometimes misuse prescription sleep aids, which is kind of what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I was looking for something that wasn't having for me, and I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to take all the time. We naturally feel tired at two different times of the day, which is 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's the natural dip in alertness that is primarily responsible for the post-lunch dip.
I can agree with that.
Sleep is just as important as exercise. So, for example, myself, I exercise. I'm not going to say I exercise more than I sleep, but my exercise is more regular than I sleep.
And
that makes
make sure
sense.
you put that other word in there too, diet.
Oh, diet, yeah, as well.
Because I think some of the things we eat do contribute to how well we do or don't sleep. If you're eating things that are going to give you heartburn, you're not going to be sleeping. But there are things that are there are other foods that are like calming.
Right.
Don't get me to list them right now, but I'm sure there are some. Because foods can help you do a lot of different things. And I think resting and keeping calm is one of them.
So here's another one. The body never adjusts to shift work. So whether you're on first shift or whether you're on third shift and you're like, man, I could do third shift all day, your body never really adjusts because of the natural ebb and flow of sunlight.
Yeah, and we swing shift.
Yeah, certainly. And then let's see. I thought I had another one. Maybe not. The rates of insomnia increase as a function of age, but most often are the sleep disturbance is attributed to some other medical condition. So if you're not sleeping, you might want to get yourself checked out.
Yeah.
Which is, interesting. I never really thought about that. I just figured that I'm not sleeping, so I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping because I got things on my mind, or I'm not sleeping because I'm sore. Also, one more, if I may. People who don't get enough sleep are more likely to have bigger appetites due to the fact that their leptin levels fall, promoting appetite increase.
I was going to say that's the snacking.
Yeah, 100%.
Midnight snacking.
So if you're not sleeping, a few things. You can try over-the-counter stuff, but try to find non-habit forming over-the-counter sleep aid. Don't go to the hard stuff to try to get yourself to sleep regularly. If you're not sleeping, what's on your mind?
Yep, definitely.
Try to, I'm not one to say, but maybe try to clear your mind at the end of the evening or at the end of the day so that you can go to bed without thinking about work, thinking about college, thinking about finance, thinking about workout, thinking about video games, whatever you may be thinking about. I know that I'm just as guilty because I always go to bed with something on the television. Like, I go to bed watching the series that I've been watching for a while, and whether I watch it a half an hour, whether I watch it an hour, sometimes it's 2 hours, I need to let go of that and try to put on something more more calming, more soothing, and more acclimated to what I need to be doing, which is sleep, right? Uh, so, with that being said, with talking about sleep and people losing sleep and sleep not uh, sleep, I guess, lack of sleep affecting 20% of Americans, I want to go ahead and segue into this. Are you losing sleep over what to do with your significant other for tomorrow, Valentine's Day?
No.
No. Me either.
And well, me and my significant other, we work tomorrow.
Okay.
So we won't have time to go do the candlelight dinners, the bubble baths. We won't have time for that.
Did you say bubble bath?
I did. Whatever we're gonna do. We had scheduled time to go to Indianapolis the following weekend to go see Jill Scott in concert.
Oh, nice.
We were going to make it a whole weekend. Jill Scott postponed her concert to June. Very disappointed, but we still want to get away.
Yeah, still go to Indy, man.
Yeah, get out of town, go see some stuff, do some stuff.
Very nice.
So we're not worried about it. We agreed, and I was reminded, if she watches this segment, I said, why don't we just have breakfast and go to sleep?
Rocket.
Because we're going to actually just save money, I guess, in regards to the actual day. The actual day. So we're going to spend more time together and do more fun stuff probably on that following weekend.
Certainly. So if you're losing sleep over what to get to your significant other, what to do for your significant other, whether it be flowers and chocolates or whether you're trying to think outside the norm and you're like, hey, I got to do something other than flowers and chocolates because that's what Tom, Dick, and Harry are all doing. So now I'm losing sleep over what I got to do for my significant other in order to show that I care. Don't fret. Listen to a couple of these stats real quick. The average dollar amount spent on Valentine's Day, and I'm willing to say globally, because I just can't conceive that Americans would spend that much money, but you do know us. We blow everything up. So... not a euphemism. Yeah, sorry about that. But $13,290,000 is spent on Valentine's Day.
Believe it.
So there is a distinctive history between Valentine's Day. It has to do with the Romans, Saint Valentine, repopulation, rebirth, and going into spring. That all makes sense. But Valentine's Day is typically a Hallmark holiday. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Men typically spend, or men and women, let's say that, men and women typically spend at least $100 on their significant other on Valentine's Day.
That's easy.
Statistically, men spend more than women. 73% of men are spending more than the 27% of women. That also correlates with flowers. Women are buying 27% of flowers that are purchased on Valentine's Day are bought by women. About 1 billion Valentine's Day cards are exchanged each year.
Yep.
Worldwide, over 50 million roses are given on Valentine's Day each year.
How many?
50 million. Valentine's Day is the second most popular day of the year for sending cards. Christmas, of course, is the first, because you got your dog and everybody on a Christmas card. Origins, Cupid said to be this Valentine's. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes Cupid anyway, for being honest, right? But I wanted more than 35 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolate will be sold for Valentine's Day.
Good Lord.
The rest of those you'll pick up for 50 cents at Kroger the day after Valentine's Day. So if you're not sleeping and you need a little chocolate to put you to sleep, go to Kroger's the day after Valentine's Day and get yourself some chocolates for yourself, not necessarily for significant other or lack thereof. At least 9 million people will buy their pets gifts on Valentine's Day, which I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. That's cool. And let's see if we have any other stats that no stats are terrible. So of course, Valentine's Day, back to my original point, Valentine's Day is bullshit, and here's why. I'm gonna say it. And I told my girl this, and then my girl told her friend this, and she's like, girl, why are you hating on Valentine's Day? And here's why. Because my girl gets it. Now, not to say that I didn't do something for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I had an opportunity to do something very special that was, I'm going to lay it out there. So the story that I told previously when we were talking about the Girl Scouts consisted of me going to the mall and picking up a Sally Build-A-Bear that I saw on Facebook from Build-A-Bear for my girlfriend, right? The only reason was, one, it was limited edition. Two, I thought it just came out, so I was really trying to get ahead of the game. Turns out that it came out in November, or October, November, December is when it was available, and they had one left.
Wow.
My girl got the last one.
Wow.
Right? So, Facebook, thanks for being 2 fucking months late, right? But I got what I needed. And that was my gesture, and I gave it to her today, of course. That was my gesture just to do something caring to show that I'm interested in what she's interested in, and I can acknowledge what she's interested in. But with that being said, our Valentine's Day consists of, and it will have now for 2 years, getting a couple steaks, making some sides, sitting on the couch, sharing a bottle of wine, maybe putting on some vinyl, cooking together, and just being in the moment together. Nice. And just spending that quality time. Now, that's not to say that I don't want to take her out to a fancy restaurant, and I don't want to do this for her, and I don't want to do that for her. But guess what, folks? I can do that any freaking day. And you can do that any freaking day as well. You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to show that you care about your significant other. And if you're waiting for Valentine's Day to go all out with the bubble bath and the rose petals on the bed that spell, hey, put it, boop, boop, put the bow, do these things to me. If that's what you're waiting on, you got it all wrong.
You can do that every day.
Yeah, you can do it. You literally, if you're in a relationship, maybe even if you're not in a relationship, you can do it every day. My qualms with Valentine's Day, and I have to say, is that if you wait to show your significant other, if you're like, oh, I got to be off work, my husband or my wife has got to be off work because we're going to go do this, we're going to go do this, we're going to go do this, man, you're doing it wrong. You are 100% doing it wrong. You are taking advantage of a Hallmark or man-created holiday to try to show your significant other that you care, when what you really, and if I may, what the fuck you really need to be doing is showing your significant other that you care the other 364 days a year. I'm going to say that.
It's true.
It is true. So then when my girl tries to pass that, because we had the discussion, I was like, man, I might have had a drink or two, but I was like, Valentine's Day is bullshit, babe. I'll acknowledge it because that we have a tradition. Mm-hmm. I'll acknowledge it because we have a tradition, but we do this every day. We share this time at least twice, 2-3 times a week that we're either cooking together. We always eat together, at least dinner. And I'd be a liar if I said that when I notice that the flowers in the vase are dying, I go get new ones. I try to make it a point to stop and get new ones. That's that shit you need to be doing. Not the hey, let's go out all out on Valentine's Day shit. You need to be getting them $5 carnations from your local grocery store, flower store, whatever, every other week so that your woman always has fresh flowers. You need to be thinking of those hot fries or that hot popcorn or the Girl Scout cookies, the Thin Mints, because I know I'm going to be on the hook for that shit now. But be thinking about that to let her know on a Tuesday or a Thursday that you care. Why are we waiting for Valentine's Day? Why are we validating our love for a significant other with a Hallmark holiday?
Yep.
Now, I don't want to seem like the Scrooge of Valentine's Day, but I am. And I will wrap this in saying that if you are not showing your woman that you care the other 364 days a year, you have missed the complete point of the romance in Valentine's Day that's involved in Valentine's Day. Please do yourself a favor. If Valentine's Day is your day, start there, but don't stop. Keep it rolling. Keep rolling and see how far you can continue to keep that romance going. Now, nothing's perfect, right?
Yep.
But ultimately, you're with a significant other, or you have an interest in a significant other because you care. And that's what it's all about. So with that being said, end rant. Valentine's Day, it's bullshit. Don't buy into it. Buy your girl flowers on a Tuesday just cuz. Cook her dinner on a Thursday just cuz. And pick up her favorite beer or show her this clip on YouTube Or actually, I feel like more women would probably show the clip, or more guys probably show the clip and be like, "See, he said the bullshit too." I'll be on the hook for that, but only because you should be doing that shit every day. Show someone you care, man. Don't wait for the prompt or the high sign to be like, "Oh yeah, girl, you." It should be, "Oh yeah, girl, you" every day.
Don't forget about Sweetest Day.
Man, don't even get me started. You know what? When Sweetest Day comes along, we'll cover Sweetest Day. Well, it'll be the same rant. I'll just re-record this shit. But don't be afraid to show someone that you care, man. I don't want to sound like a Scrooge, man. And Valentine's Day is for lovers and it's for romance. But man, that romance should be all year long, all the time. If you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong. If you're waiting to be prompted, you're doing it wrong. You're not thinking to them. You're thinking to you. You know. So that's all I got, man.
I have nothing to add.
All right. So for Three Crafty Bastards, of course, to my right,
Mr. Classic,
and the Valentine's Day hater guy, B. Smith.
Right.
you feel bad, like, damn, I'm so hot damn. I'm on the hook. I'm on the hook for something. I'm not even sure what it is, but I'm on the hook for something.
Or at least share that meme.
And we have good times, man. Are you working next Thursday? Mm-hmm. Okay, so look for us next Thursday. It'll be either be us or it'll be me. I'll be bringing you a good beer, or Marlon and I will be bringing you a good beer with more post-Valentine's Day thoughts. Probably a whole new subject content, man.
You can just roll that Monday.
Yeah.
What happened over the weekend?
Yeah. But we'll definitely be bringing you more beer reviews, more stuff to watch. Look for us on YouTube, Three Crafty Bastards. We got a YouTube page. We're constantly posting videos. We're not up to date, but we're getting there. We're jiving that way. And, of course, check us out on Facebook, man. Share with your friends. Share with your mama. Share with your mama's friends and your mama's friends. Three Crafty Bastards. B. Smith.
Mr. Classic.
We out.
Oh, my knee. I feel old sometimes.